The story of King Baldwin IV, the Leper King. He was a king who couldn't feel pain because a deadly disease was destroying his body. Yet he became one of the greatest warriors of his age. This is the story of Baldwin IV of Jerusalem, the Leper King, the boy with no pain. Born in 1161, Baldwin seemed like any other royal child, until one day, his tutor noticed something terrifying. Baldwin didn't react when the other boys pinched and twisted his arm. He felt nothing. Doctors confirmed the worst. Baldwin had leprosy. In medieval times, leprosy was a sentence of suffering and isolation. But Baldwin was the heir to Jerusalem. He would not be hidden. He would be trained to rule. A sick child becomes king. At just 13 years old, Baldwin became king after his father's death. Many nobles expected him to be a weak, easily controlled ruler. But the young king surprised everyone. Despite the pain, the weakness, and the numbness in his limbs, Baldwin learned to fight he studied strategy. He rode horses and trained for battle. He refused to let his disease define him. Saladin rises. But a powerful enemy was rising. Saladin, a brilliant commander, was uniting the Muslim world and preparing to reclaim Jerusalem. Most would expect Baldwin, a teenager battling a deadly disease, to avoid confrontation. But he understood something clearly. If he didn't act, his kingdom would fall. The Battle of Montgessard. In 1177, Saladin invaded with a massive army. Baldwin had only a few hundred knights. And yet, the sickly young king made a bold decision. He rode out to face Saladin directly. At Montgessard, Baldwin's small force launched a sudden, desperate attack. Supported by loyal knights who held him upright on his horse, Baldwin led the charge. Against all odds, Saladin's army collapsed. The great commander was forced to flee. The victory stunned the world. Baldwin IV, nearly blind, diseased, and barely able to fight, had defeated one of history's greatest generals. A king's final years. But Baldwin's victory didn't stop his illness. His eyesight dimmed. His body grew frail. Still, he continued to rule with intelligence and courage. He led campaigns from a stretcher, gave orders from a litter on the battlefield, and worked tirelessly to protect Jerusalem from political chaos. He knew his time was short, but he fought for his kingdom until the very end. Death and legacy. Baldwin IV died at only 24 years old. Without his leadership, Jerusalem fell to Saladin just a few years later. But Baldwin's legend lived on. He was a king cursed by disease, yet blessed with courage. A warrior who fought an empire while fighting his own body. Baldwin IV, the Leper King, remains one of the most extraordinary rulers in history.